Greg Andrick here, bringing you another Business Freedom Conversation post. So the president submitted his budget, and of course it includes some really large tax increases for small businesses. We're in a country here where, and this comes from the American Institute, well, it's now the Association of International Certified Public Accounts. It used to be the American Institute of Certified Public Accounts. They put out emails every year, and for the last 20 years, Americans have paid more in taxes, property tax, excise tax, gasoline tax, income tax, you name it. We've paid it in taxes, boarding taxes on plane tickets, rental cars. I don't know if you rented a car recently, but in a lot of cities, the cost of the tax is almost greater than the cost of renting a car. You think that affects the car industry a little bit, the car rental industry, that is. So the president's got three big proposals in there, but we are a country that every man, woman, and child in this country pays more in income tax than they do for shelter, food, and clothing combined. So our biggest expense are taxes. So let me show you what the president's proposing. So the first thing is he has a thing of $400,000. And this started 3 years ago, and we've had approximately 18 to 20% of inflation. So it's really effective to 2022. You're looking at it's really about 320,000 of income effectively. But they want a 5% surtax on all business income over 400,000. In the grand scheme of things today, 400 grand isn't that much money. And if you're running a business, you have other purposes than putting it in your pocket, but he wants 5% over there of this. The next one is he wants to raise this corporate rate to 28%. If you want to get China going again, make our tax rate higher than them, and you'll start seeing outsourcing again. Our current tax rate of 21% is 4 points lower, or 22% lower than, in other words, that's what it is, 4 points over 25, than China. And now he wants to raise it to where it's about 12% more than China's tax rate. All investment internationally is based on the after-tax rate of return. So this is going to cause an interest again in offshoring production and services because the tax is significantly lower. 20% of small businesses are C corps. So this is going to hurt. I mean, this is a 33% increase in the corporate tax rate. That's huge. 21 to 28%. That's a 7-point increase. 7 points over 21 is 33% increase in tax. These are massive tax increases, but this next one's really going to get you. So what they want to do now is they want to have paid sick and family leave of 12 weeks. Now, this one's difficult to measure, but if you're a small business person and you're going to have to pay an employee who has a sick parent, who's having a baby, who is, I mean, granted, these are all legitimate things, but the point becomes who pays it? Well, the president, as you as a business owner, wants you to pay for it. And it's up to 12 weeks, 3 months pay. Typically for a really small business, one say under 5 million, this is a lot of expense because you're going to have to hire somebody to do that work for you, or you're not going to get the revenue from whatever service or manufacturing these people do, and pay the people that are on the leave. So this is kind of harder to measure, but this is one that directly reaches into your pocket and says, Mr. Small Business Owner, you're putting too much of your own money away. You need now to give 12 weeks of leave for a whole myriad of situations for your employees. And that really is going to come out of your profit. So if you're making money now, who knows how large this will be, because you don't know how many people are going to take leave. They probably have some statistics over at the Society of Human Resource Managers. Maybe I can look that up. But this is what's headed your way. Now, whether this gets through or not depends on what happens in this election. And my guess is if the current president's party gets all three, the House, the Senate, and he gets reelected, you'll see another huge thing like the beneficial ownership interest or Sarbanes-Oxley or any of these things that have come through before, because they think you are cheating and you are not paying your fair share. Forget the whole oligarchs, money launderers, and drug dealers. They're not going to comply with any of these laws. And my guess is that the big thing they're going to push through if they get what they want in this next election is that they're going to have the payment providers aggregate payments by entity, and then that may make it where the IRS can calculate who's reporting what and what is their projected income and income tax. So good luck with this. If you don't like it, contact your congressman. You know how to vote. These are huge increases, particularly the C Corp. And the C Corp one will probably have a much larger impact on the nation because it'll make it more attractive to shift investment out of the country. I mean, the president is talking about, this is huge. I mean, they're giving these chip manufacturers $8.5 billion to build chip plants here, but are they really going to do it if they're going to be taxed more than they are in Taiwan or China or Indonesia or India, where they have a lot of these plants now? So, and then, 33% increase in corporate income tax rate is pretty darn huge and is going to have a very far-reaching effect. So anyhow, this is Greg Andrup, Business Freedom Conversation. I'll catch you on the next one.